This is sour cream, and this is creme fraiche. They obviously look similar, they have similar ingredients, and heck, even half of their names sound alike. But there are subtle and important differences between these two. In this video, I'll explain their unique properties, how to use and cook with each of these, and at the end of this video, I'll show you how to make homemade creme fraiche with just 2 simple ingredients. Hello and welcome to I Want to Cook. My name is Chef Matt and this channel is all about helping you be a better cook no matter your skill level. And today we are comparing 2 types of cream. One that you probably know, sour cream, and one that maybe you don't, creme fraiche. Now, before we talk about their differences, let's talk about their similarities. These are in fact 2 types of cream, cultured cream, and that just means that it takes cream and turns it kind of from a liquid form into something nice and thick. Now, these can both be found in the dairy section of supermarkets, and here in the US, both are pasteurized. Let's begin with sour cream, which you're probably already familiar with. Now, sour cream is made by mixing cream with a lactic acid. That helps thicken it, but it also might have other types of stabilizers. You might have gelatin, you might have other things that help thicken this cream. Now, one difference between sour cream and creme fraiche is that it has less fat. For sour cream, we're talking about 20% fat content. Now, here in the US, sour cream is ubiquitous. It's really easy to find at any grocery market. It's popular to use on Mexican dishes like tacos, burritos, and nachos, and it's also great on things like baked potatoes. In addition to use as a topping, sour cream is great as a finishing ingredient for a dish like beef stroganoff to give it that nice creamy flavor. And it's also a vital ingredient in dips and dressings, kind of like the Better Than Bob's blue cheese dressing that we made a while back. And if you haven't seen that video, I'll put a link to that in the description below. Now, one important thing to know about sour cream is that you don't really want to cook with it, as in applying heat, because just like milk or cream, it can curdle when you have heat applied to it, and that's a bad thing. Now, as far as taste, you've probably had sour cream before, but just in case you haven't, it's nice and creamy and definitely has some tang to it. That's the sour part of its name. Now let's talk about this stuff, creme fraiche, and that's simply French for fresh cream, by the way. And doesn't that just sound fancy? Now, creme fraiche is also made with cream like sour cream, but it has fermenting agents that help thicken it. Now, one big difference to know between creme fraiche and sour cream is that it has quite a bit more fat content, sometimes double. But if sour cream has, let's say, 20% fat content, creme fraiche has something like 30% and possibly more. Creme fraiche is not as ubiquitous in grocery stores as sour cream, at least here in America. It's definitely something more fancy, a little higher end. And that means that if you can find it, it might be a bit pricier too. Now, perhaps the biggest distinction between creme fraiche and sour cream is that with creme fraiche, you can actually cook with it. You can apply this to a dish that you are cooking and still be applying heat, and it won't curdle. And that is great if you want to make a nice, let's say, creamy soup. You can just add this right in and it won't curdle. That's a great quality to have. And that'll give whatever you're cooking that nice creamy taste and that nice unctuous mouthfeel. And speaking of taste, a creme fraiche is less sour than sour cream. And this stuff is so good. It's just richer, it's just fresher, it's just so creamy. And if you've never had creme fraiche before, you've got to try it. This is really great, not just for cooking, but you can use it in a number of ways. You can use it as a topping on pastries. You can dip fresh fruit in it. It is just a really nice, versatile product. You can even water it down a bit if you want something like Mexican crema to put on top of dishes that would benefit from a nice cream sauce. Now, what's really cool about creme fraiche is that it's like astoundingly easy to make at home. all you need are two simple ingredients. You need some heavy cream and some buttermilk. So I made a batch just last night, and all I did was I combined 1 cup of heavy cream and 2 tablespoons of buttermilk. Now I know this sounds weird and probably goes against everything you've ever heard, but what you do is you mix those two together. After you mix it, you let it sit for 8 to 24 hours. Now, believe it or not, it won't spoil because those agents that are mixing together will prevent spoilage. Again, I know it sounds weird, but it works. So here's the batch that I made just last night. Now, you do refrigerate it after it thickens up, and it is just absolutely beautifully creamy. Let's give it a taste here. You know what? This is even better than store-bought. It's just 2 simple ingredients, and it's super, super easy to make. And after you make it, you can store it in the refrigerator covered for up to 10 days. So there's a little primer on sour cream versus creme fraiche. I hope this helps you. And you know, if you're kind of curious about creme fraiche, what I would do is maybe buy some at a store first, see if you like it. And if you like it enough, make some at home. It's really, really easy to do. And let me know in the comments below, which of these do you like more? Hey, as always, thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. If you are new to the channel, welcome. Welcome to my kitchen. I am so glad that you are here. Until next time, I hope you want to cook.